Hey everybody, it's me, Scott again. I just wanted to talk today about money, and about where it's going, and who's getting it, and who's not getting it, and why. Um, the right wing, I guess that's what they're calling themselves nowadays. When I was a kid, it was just Democrats and Republicans, whatever. But now I guess the right wing, they are getting all the money, and they're saying that the poor people are just poor, and they're lazy, and they're not responsible, and they need to grab their bootstraps and whatever kind of bullcrap they're talking about. But what they don't understand is I'm poor. I know what being poor is about. I've worked my whole life, busted my ass, worked hours like crazy. I worked in a bakery my whole teens, all through my teens, into my 20s, all through my 20s, damn near. And I'm talking 12, 13-hour days. You know what I mean? Taking home $500, $600 a week. You know what I'm saying? And I live in Phoenix. It's not too bad here. $600 a week. You can make it decent on $600 a week. It's fine. But that ain't that ain't really even nothing. I mean, I made that kind of money once in a while because seasons change. Like Christmas time, right now they're making a lot of money in the bakery because they're working a lot of hours because it's close to Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these holidays all bunched in one. They'll make a bank right now. But like in the summertime, they don't make nothing. So they think that we need to grab our bootstraps and borrow $25,000 from our parents and start a business. That's nice. My mom, she had it, she'd give it to me. She wouldn't lend it to me. She'd give it to me because she loves me. But that's impossible. I can't do it. Um, and as us poor get poorer, the rich are getting richer, and the money's trickling upward, and they're not gonna give any. They don't. They don't. I mean, money's going out of the country to Swiss and to these other countries where they can have these private accounts, and nobody knows nothing. And if they die tomorrow, that money's gone. It's not coming back. There's Jews still trying to get their family gold and their family money out of these Swiss accounts because their relatives put it in there in World War II and died, and now all these fortunes are in these accounts and they can't get to them because their relatives had these numbers and it was private shit and they didn't tell nobody. And so these families that knew of it are telling Swiss, hey, that was my family, and they don't care. They can't have it because they don't have the right number. You know what I'm saying? So as that's going on, they accuse the working poor of being lazy and 47% of this and that and welfare and all this and that. But what they don't understand is the living wage is different in every state. You know, you go to New York, for example, the cost of living is high there. You can't get an apartment for, you get a studio for, $1,000 a month or some shit there, and it's like unbelievable. Here in Phoenix, you can buy a house. It's a trailer. It's a single wide that I'm buying, but I pay $400 a month for this. It's paid for now. It's done. But when I was paying, I paid $400 a month, and we had to come up $5,000 down. It's not too bad. That I got a little easier than a lot of people because of where I live. But I'm talking for people in New York and California, places like this where it's real expensive to live, and the people are saying 1850 is the living wage. Now, when they say living wage, they're not talking living high on the hog and driving Cadillacs and Maseratis and stuff. They're talking about making it. Their bills are getting paid, their car notes getting paid, they're getting to work, they're getting gas, they're feeding their kids, everything's paid. I mean, that's no extra, no Disneyland trips, no vacations, nothing like that. Um, so in Phoenix, 1850 is all right. I make 15 and I make a living wage. I'm all right. I can make do. To where you take 1850 to New York, it's kind of a joke. They need to work more hours, and because everything's more expensive there. So, and they're all and I hear the Democrats now on TV saying that or the Republicans, excuse me, not the Democrats. The Republicans were saying that in New York they want to raise the minimum wage to 8.50 an hour. It's 7.50, and they want to take it to 8.50 or something like that. And they're saying that if they do this, it'll create less jobs because now these employers aren't going to be able to afford to pay anybody, and to me that's kind of ridiculous, because if you're talking McDonald's and this guy can't afford to pay their employers a living wage after billions served, I mean, geez, I don't know what to say. The CEO makes so much money. I mean, it's in the millions every year. He could take a couple mil off of his paycheck at the end of the year. Which, how much money do you need? I mean, I don't know what it's like to be rich. I've never been rich. I've never had any money. So anything, I don't know. I can't understand, how much money do you need? What are you going to spend on? Are you just hoarding it and looking at your bank account statement going, yeah, look at that number, it's getting bigger? Is that your hobby? I mean, you could buy all these nice cars and houses and all this shit and still, wow, I can't. If somebody came down to me and handed me $1 million, I would be floating. I would survive the rest of my life, and I'd be happier than shit, and I'd still work because I love my job. I love what I do, and I would still want to work. But I wouldn't be like, I need more. I'd be so satisfied. My house would be fixed nice the way I want it. I'd have the hot rods that I want. I'd have whatever the hell I want. My wife would have whatever she wants. Everything would be right. Right and great in the world, because I'm not after no $1 million Rolex. I don't give a shit about a $1 million Rolex. To me, that's a piece of shit. It's worthless. A diamond this big, $4 million diamond. To me, the fuck are you gonna do with a diamond? You can't eat it. You can't do shit. Only thing you can do with it is take it down to the pawn shop and sell that motherfucker. Because if I had $1 million ring, I'd probably put it somewhere and hold on to it until you know what I mean, sold that shit. I don't need nothing like that. I don't need gold, and I don't understand that. Some people like it, and that's fine. I don't care about that. But when you're rich and you feel like you need more and more and more, I mean, how much bling do you need? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand you like a gold necklace and a gold bracelet and Rolex and all this shit. That's fine. But you spend $1 million on a Rolex, you're going to buy another one after that? I don't know. I don't know. Meanwhile, they're trying to cut education on the poor now. They're talking how bad public schooling is, and it's too much, and these teachers are living high on the hog and too much money. It's like, they only make $52,000 a year. That's, I mean, it's decent money, yeah, but it's not. These politicians make bank compared to that. They'd probably cry if they had a $52,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? But yet, if they get rid of this public education, where's the poor gonna go? We can't fucking afford no goddamn school. Who's gonna pay for that shit? We're just gonna go uneducated? Then what? Then we're just gonna be workhorses for the rich? And then, no health care, no property. We'll have to live on rich people's land and shit, and apartments and shit like that. What happened to the American dream? What happened to equality and liberty and all this kind of stuff? It's like, it's all equality and liberty for the rich, but if you're poor, you're kind of bumming it. It's like, I'm sorry you're poor, but too bad for you. And to me, it's hurting America. You know what I'm saying? It's hurting a lot of things. We're going to turn into this dictatorship in the third world country if the poor are going to be like segregated like this, because then we're going to have, just dirty, nasty fucking country that's going to be a bunch of evil people getting what they have to get the way they have to get it, because there's no other way. There's no money. Nobody's got nothing. If they talk about crime in the poor parts of town, and everybody's evil in poor parts of town, and there's so much, it's like the crime is there because the rich man has their foot on the backs of their necks. You go to New York and they're like, stop and frisk is unbelievable. If you're black, you're bumming. You're getting stopped and frisked in a bad part of town. That's the rich man putting the foot on the back of the poor and just holding them down. I've been poor my whole life. I've lived in Sunny Slope in Phoenix, Arizona my whole life. I don't live there now, thank God. But it's a mixture of races. There's a lot of white people, a lot of Mexican people. There's a few blacks, but not many. there's blacks in my family. As far as my family of Sunny Slope, we love each other and we got each other's backs. We had to, because there's no other way we would have survived. You know, if I needed something, I needed food, I got people I can go eat. You know what I mean? We're not a gang or anything like that. We don't hurt people or anything, but we take care of each other because we love each other. And if you just keep, I don't know, if you keep taking from them, from these poor people, and hold them down, the crime's going to go up, because there's no other way for these people to get anything. If you see a man with 6 kids and he needs to get food, and he had no way to get it other than by force, he's going to do it. He's going to do what it takes to feed his kids, period. I kind of am out of things to say. Let me know what you think. You know, again, if my facts are wrong and you show me my facts are wrong, put it up there and tell me what I'm saying wrong, and I'll look it up, and if I'm wrong, I'll cop right up to it. I'm not trying to tell anybody I know everything and I know this and I understand. I don't know really nothing. I know a little bit about everything, but virtually nothing about anything. That's my life story. So if you got something to say, man, let me know, and I'll take it to heart and I'll look it up. And if you're right, you're right. And I'm gonna say you're right, and I'm gonna give you props, and I'm gonna back that up, and I'm gonna say it, and I'll go online and I'll say it. But if I'm right and you're being ridiculous, then I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say that I'm right and you're being ridiculous, and I'll show the facts, and I'll show where I got the facts from and all that stuff. So, I mean, all the facts that I get now, I watch a lot of politics on TV. That's all I watch. I watch a lot of right wing, left wing, everything, and I like the Young Turks because they're pretty much in the middle. They're progressive. I'm a progressive. I believe in progressing. I don't believe in degressing. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back before the civil rights era and go back to the Stone Ages and shit. That's not me. I'd rather go forward and look towards space travel and like Star Wars movies. Get to that instead of going back. There's got to be a better way for everything. I mean, there's got to be a better way. Just period. There's always a better way. We could find a better way, and then there's going to be a better way than that too. There's always something better. Just let me know. Tell me what you think, and thanks for watching. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, I would be ecstatic. That'd be awesome. But I don't care. If you don't, that's fine. You might think I'm a jackass. I mean, I do care what people think of me, in my videos, but it's fine. You're allowed to hate on me. You're allowed to like on me. So, right on, guys. I'll see you next time.